ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Modded Minecraft with Triaxx2. So, in between episodes, and totally not in footage lost because I forgot to press the record button. Well, first of all, I crafted a wireless charger. Just like this one. Incidentally, if you didn't know, this is a redstone responsive block, by the way. So if you flip this lever, it stops recharging things. I don't know if I've mentioned that on video before or not, but it's kind of a useful feature to know about. I crafted a second wireless charger for the new house, which you can't see right now because the world is still loading. But yeah, crafted that. This and this are now upgraded to octadic capacitors. I need some conduit facade stuff. No, conduit. Right, and I think it's, you need 16 of the things. No, up and then down 4. Thank you. Right, I also built an assembler from Immersive Engineering and reran the power lines. Although, excuse me, this doesn't quite connect right. It's a pity because these look awesome, but well, what can you? Not really much you can do, is there? Anyway, yeah, I built this because I was making trains, and these are for the power train, which will be dragging, I think, 4 of the big what are they called? Energy cart, RF carts, along behind them, and they'll be set up probably in. Excuse me. Do you want to load? Thank you. There we go. I've already run out of slots in my train yard. I'm gonna have to build a second level, I think, or possibly terraform out into the water. But I think I like the idea of building a second level up more. So basically, I'll go down here, and then there'll be a big switchback that will run trains up to the second level. But I'll do that eventually. Right. Go away. Thank you. Anyway, stupid creeper. Yeah. Now, these 3 locomotives here are for the construction train, and I intend to have at least 12 storage carts behind them, and they will come here and they'll park up, and I haven't worked out exactly where they're going to park up, but they'll be filled with train rails and the things necessary to build a rail line through, well, quite frankly, that truly massive line between the roofed forest turn and the... Ha! That creeper got electrocuted. That's hilarious. Careful not to get electrocuted while collecting his stuff. There we go. Let's go have some... Let's go sleep a bit so we don't have to deal with these stupid monsters. Right. My brain has fuzzed out again. Yeah, the reason we need the painting, we need the conduit binder, is to make conduit facades. Oh, I know what I was talking about. Why I made the assembler. The reason for the assembler is because trains are annoying to build. They aren't difficult, and they only require 2 steps. I mean, if we... yeah. One moment. Sorry about that. Yeah, it requires 1 solid fuel boiler box, which I now have automatically crafting at the logistics warehouse. And the high pressure boiler tanks, which are actually more difficult waiting on the steel to press out into the plates. But since these don't stack, it means that, and these only stack to 3. If you, oh my god, go away, you stupid, stupid, stupid zombie. Right, so since the minecarts only stack to 3, if you're building more than 3 locomotives, it quickly becomes irritating to try and throw more carts in there. Whereas with this, I can simply tell it I'm making a locomotive and throw the stuff in here, and it will automatically eject into this chest. Since you can't stack the trains when you're coloring them, the same thing applies. Let's see. What else did I do? Yeah, I also have put the, I need the chisel out of my bag. The, there we go. And there. Okay. Put you away. Here, go away. Where's my, there it is. Alright, you two, and you can come with me, and actually, nope. Stop. Go in here. Okay. So, I need my pipe bag now. Pipe bag. And we'll do a couple of enhanced energy conduits. The wiring for the new house is going to take a little bit of doing. It's not really a difficult thing to wire up, but at the same time, it's not exactly simple either. And part of that's my fault because I used these half slab, or this, not half slabs, slabs. Right, because that's really, really annoying when that happens, when it does that. Stop. Why not just... Thank you. Right. I hate when people say half slabs, even though they're just plain slabs. But yeah, I use these vertical slabs. That's the phrase. Use these vertical slabs everywhere, and so that's actually the reason for these dark oak pillars, is because it gives the gives me a place that I can wire conduits through, like so. So I can use full blocks, and eventually this, because you can see through here, you can see the wireless charger, and it has no GUI, so I don't need to access it unless I need to apply a redstone signal, which I can do via conduit. But it means I can run conduits up through these pillars, and well, not this pillar because there's now a wireless charger on it, but I could run power up through here and into the upper structure, and I can actually, if I am so inclined, run power up these if I use the logistics pipes. Pipe. Turn that off. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how you get... You can't actually apply... Let's see, where is it? The power transportation upgrade. This says can be applied to all pipes, but it's kind of expensive, and as far as I can tell, does not actually apply to these pipes, unless of course it does, and it's just or if it just needs the, say I apply it to the logistics pipe up there and down there, and then it works out the distance between them, but I'm not certain. I do have some experience to drop off from the stupid zombie. And right, I need to go back home. The one real downside to placing locomotives that I have found is that they will almost always work out which way is the wrong way to be placed, and then force themselves to be placed that way. Because when I came over here and placed these 3 locomotives, they were all facing that way, even though all traffic travels in that direction. Yep. Suffice it to say, I was not amused. Alright, so the next part's a little bit harder. I need to Yeah, I believe I worked it out that it's... yeah, so... 12 and 2. Now, turning these into storage carts is easy. Chest. Actually, this needs to be a little longer than I anticipated because I'm going to need a water and fuel cart for that, but that's not so hard. Well, water and a fuel cart. Tank. I can, in fact... just the one, two, and just give me 5 more of those, but that's neither here nor there. Now, the others, for cart, we actually need the redstone flux cart, which is a little bit harder to... well, no, it's not. Never mind. Right, so we put this and plop that in there. Okay, got our tank cart. And there's our chests. I had extra... right, here's another perfect use for the assembler. Chest. Cart. And, oh, tell it what you want it to do. That helps. And it just instantly rapidly makes all of those into chest carts. There we go. Open this chest, and voila! We now have 12 chest carts for our train. Oh, you know what? Put you in there, put you in there. And here we have the last chest cart that we need. Alright, so... like I said, this whole thing is going to be this is actually a bit of a finicky thing. Which... yeah, I nearly got killed by the forester train. Good job. Right, so this is the water cart. I like the fact that I can just use these to connect my carts up without having to fight the crowbar all the time. This is going to be a huge train, and it's going to be incredibly slow. But at the same time, it's going to be hauling an astronomical amount of stuff, and it's just, yeah. See, yep, okay. Want to make sure it's all connected. Like I said, massive train. I don't do things small if I can avoid it. There we go. Yeah, this train almost does not fit in the provided space. So this here is going to be a locking track, which will in fact have to have some rather impressive logic to it. I think I may change this out for a... I don't know if these will multi-block correctly with a conduit facade. If not, I will tweak it here. But essentially, this is going to have... okay, all these things have completed their assigned... I'll take these off a second. Their assigned loading. Okay, that it is now allowed to go, which may require... well, it will definitely require open computers to actually be done, and it will definitely probably require me to oh, right, I can't step assist. Definitely require me to go and get some assistance on how to do it. Basically I want a multiple input AND gate so that it knows, yes, these things have all filled with all of this stuff that they were using. Throw this stuff down here. Okay, that's that. right. The redstone flux carts, on the other hand. So we'll just make. This is also going to need another. Although this will only need water, but no. Let's grab one of those and some. Yeah, you can. I will never run out. Have too many mine carts. But basically, so 4 times 4 is. I need red. I need 16 redstone blocks. And lead. And 16 lead. And I'll basically take all that and shift click it into the pattern for the assembler to just build for me. And it's one of the things I like about the assembler is I can in fact shift click into it as long as I have the stuff in my inventory. It will create the ghost image. Right. So this turns into this. One of those, and then this goes here, and voila. I now have my powertrain prepared for throw you in there, and are we gonna behave? Hello? There we go. I guess we're waiting for power? No. It's hard telling. However, we now have our powertrain ready to kick off. Unfortunately, A, the rail workshop train is in what I traditionally use as a starting position. And B, I don't have anywhere for it to park. I'm going to go ahead and come over here and build it right here behind the... And see, watch it. Yeah, it's facing the wrong way again. Throw you up there and you down here. I like having the knapsack to organize my stuff in, because it just makes life that little bit easier to actually. You're gonna need an anchor cart, which is fine. There we go. And yeah, this is actually a pretty good sized train as well. Although, yeah, let's go make an anchor. I don't have anchors automated. I'm gonna have to go between episodes and find fueling and processing and make sure that they are not stuck, because I haven't seen either one of them in a while, which means they probably are in fact stuck. Alright, so how do we make an anchor again? It has been just a little while since I made, and I don't have. No, I didn't think so. All right, obsidian. Give me 2 of you. Gold. Give me 4 gold. Pearl. It's 1 pearl and 2 diamonds. Yeah. Okay. 1 pearl. And 2 diamonds. Right. I need the quarry fired up again, but first I need to burn through the enormous backlog of stuff that I have, and sorry about that. It's a bit of a finicky mute switch on my thing, and I don't want try not to cough in your ear, but you know, it does not always work that way. And voila, 1 anchor cart. And again, I've got if you're new to the series, welcome. And I've got my anchors turned to single player mode, is what I think of it as. So I don't have to be server friendly. So I can have my anchor carts just sitting. Yours is actually up by your locomotive, but this is a short enough train that it's not that big of an issue. Right, what else? Yeah, like I said, this is gonna need to be... I like the fact that I can just climb up this Because if I turn off my jetpack, oh no, I need to get up there. I can just jump and climb up top. I love scaffolding like this. This is Carpenter's Barrier with some sort of glass on it. I don't remember which type of glass it is. I think it's the iron grid glass. Yeah, but I think I should turn these into some heavy stone pillars of some sort. Maybe some abyssal stone ones. Sorry, my brain has decided that decorating the train station is more important than anything else right now, and it doesn't want to leave me alone about it. So, stone. We do have some abyssal stone. Give me, actually, give me a stack of that. Let's put this away. One of the things I would like to do with this is actually set it up so that I can have chili automatically done for me. I can make a butchering golem, and I may in fact do exactly that. You guys can go back into the system. Come on. Where's my abyssal stone? Thank you. Now, the thing about abyssal stone is, if we put it down, it's very, very dark. I mean, really, really dark. However, if you go up here and we throw it into the smelter, right, it vanishes immediately into this chest. No, it actually turns into these abyssal blocks, and we'll pull the rest of them out in a second, which are also very dark, but they're very, very smooth, and I like that texture. Let's see. I can actually chisel these, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Let's step up here where we can a little farther away from the... Yeah. So, there's abyssal brick. Alright, 1, 2, 3... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. There we go. Oh, and my phone has decided that it wants to abyssal brick. Fitted abyssal stone. Oh, the abyssal blocks, which are what we have. Ornate abyssal. Etched abyssal. And abyssal cobble. Now, let's grab the rest of these. Pull them out of there. If we go out here, I'm trying to find a... I know what I need. I need to go for a rush. And this might seem insane, but I actually remember how to look at these blocks. The correct answer is as compared to quarried stone. So if we come over here, this is a nice open space, and we can put them up against a very bright wall of abyssal stone. Not abyssal, quarried stone. And now we can actually see some details on them. And voila. Okay, and now we can see all the different types. Now, abyssal block looks really good as a pillar if you go up with it, but it's kind of plain. So what you want to do is either mix in the ornate. Not quite what I meant to do. There we go. Yeah, and you can basically melt this in, and this turns into a very, very dark wall, but at the same time, pretty dark wall, but it also makes for a very strong looking support pillar. I think I'd actually use the abyssal brick here as my pillar if we just turn that. And incidentally, if you just I think it's this one. No, yeah, that makes the abyssal brick, and you can turn it straight into its additional stages just throwing it in a crafting grid. Although with chisel, you can actually make it. Oh, I turn it back, which you can't do in vanilla with just Railcraft. But yeah, that actually looks like it can make a pretty good support pillar. I think I'll do that. Probably, I'll do all this off camera, or most of it off camera. I just wanted to spitball on camera because I like the very dark, rich tones for a rail station, and that's why it's made out of the whatever stuff it's made out of. Give me the frickin' hammer, because this isn't as bad to break, but it is still kind of bad. There we go. Okay. And we put the hammer. No, don't put the hammer away yet, because you still need to. Yeah, you still need to recharge it. Right. So I'm at that point where I need to do a few things that I have to be prepared to do, and one of them is to work out exactly how to get power to the capacitor here and a capacitor in the new house, and I'm not quite sure what I want to do. What I'm thinking is to split off, and the problem is it's really crowded there, and I don't necessarily want to. What I may have to do is actually cut back the mountain here and just push it back a bit to create more space here and create a small capacitor substation, I guess, where the powertrain can come and dump off a couple of thousand RF of power and then loop back out. Some days I wish I wasn't so dedicated to the single block rail system. Let's go sleep. But other days I'm glad I am. Now the other advantage of having these dark oak pillars is I can actually wire up to any of them and then run everything down via facade, and then not have to worry. I can just have power in the basement and have it come into the house through any pillar I want. So I'm not limited to one particular connection point. I can plug into any pillar, or or if I'm totally honest, don't even have to have it plugged into the house specifically. If I end up building a substation over here, and now that I've mentioned that, I actually like the idea quite a lot. I don't even actually necessarily need to cut this back. Although that also sounds like a better idea, because I can cut it back to, say, here. I really should put the shovel on this. Throw that in there. Where's my... Yeah, we'll just make all this into a bristol block so it all stacks together. Oops. Now, if I go and throw this in here and grab my shovel, yeah, I wanted to cut it back to here. I can actually just kind of actually cut it back one more, sort of. Right. Oops. The only problem with this shovel, it's dead kind of over enthusiastic. Right. Yeah, cut it back to here, and then frame it out with the abyssal blocks. That will give me the... Oops, nope. That's what I wanted, not that. There we go. That gives me a nice... and I can fix this up a little bit. There. And it gives me the nice frontage. I think these can be micro-blocked. Abyssal. Well, it can be stared and slabbed. Turn micro blocks on. Yes, I can. In fact, micro block them. Excellent. Cobble of the abyssal depths, huh? Okay. Well, we'll get back to that. I probably want to go in here and chop this back a bit, and I don't want blocks. I want yeah, actually, fitted stone would work. Basically, I want the front of this to be dark, so that you see. Yeah, that'll work. I'm not the world's most aesthetic builder. I'm firmly aware of that. Oops. I'm probably also going to get murdered by a train, which is going to be, which I have to admit is going to be pretty funny. Let's see. Stop. There we go. So now as you come up to this, you can actually see that it's dark in here. So if you approach from this angle, it's dark. Can I? Yes, I can get away with that. Ah, not that. There we go. And if I do it this way, I'm less likely to punch through the ceiling. There we go. So now as you come up on this, it actually looks like the initial the beginnings of the tunnel are dark. Let's grab chisel again. Nope, wrong button. I'm still a little used to the ornate. I like that. Yeah, that'll work. What's the word? The tinker's. Oops. The idea of the tinker's chisel, where it's something you throw in your crafting grid and do stuff with it that way. Right, and Triaxx. Yeah, I like that. This is a little easier because it's all stone. Oops. Or stone-like materials, anyway. Oops. And there we go. Alright. We've gone a little bit over, but I think that looks way cooler now. Alright. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to dump stuff I'm not using. Throw this will blacken the box. And back into blocks. And then I'm going to go see where the trains are stuck. Because I know the trains are stuck because, well, they're trains, and trains get that's the input chest. Anyway, I know they're stuck because they're trains, and trains get stuck. Getting stuck is what trains do. So, alright. You can, yeah. Alright, this has been Modded Minecraft, Triaxx2. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.